I want to try Minecraft Hardcore. My first video on this channel was in Minecraft Hardcore, and in the end of it, I died losing that hardcore world. However, I'd like to give this a second attempt using the help of my co-worker, DazedBrush2981, to survive in a hardcore world. Now, this took a couple of tries. In the first one, we spawned in an island, and it went through some island survival type things, but he got greedy with the drown, and it ended up dying, so we had to move on to our second world. The second world, we had a pretty interesting spawning in a desert with nothing but this singular azalea tree around. However, once we explored more, we encountered a ton of villages in the area and got fairly kitted up to start off, getting a ton of food, except I found this desert temple that was sunk into the desert. And once I jumped into it, there was a skeleton in there, and having no armor on, I was fairly weak and cowered in a hole. And then my Dazed Brush, ran in to help save me, and ended up dying to the skeleton. So, it's on to world number 3. Now, if the world seed looks familiar to the previous one, that's because they're the exact same. We liked the previous world so much that we used the exact same world seed, and if you don't like that, please subscribe and comment down below so I can hear your feelings. Anyways, it started off fairly the same, except this time, instead of waiting to go into the desert temple till after we've got some food, we ran in immediately and just didn't die this time and got all the loot, so that was awesome. Next, it was time to explore, finding all the nearby villages and other loot in the area so that I could get pretty easily situated, as well as exploring a nearby jungle and finding the necessary animals to bring back, as well as then heading back later to pick up some basic stone materials, as well as some wood. Now you may be wondering, what is this man gonna do next? Surely he went and mined for armor, or maybe gathered tools to get all geared up, or even just sought out food. But no, I did the one thing every Minecraft YouTuber does. I found my base location. And after plopping down a chest and claiming all the surrounding areas as my own, I gathered some basic resources like sugarcane, and then started on every single person's favorite thing to do on Minecraft: villager trading. Now enough of this calm, sappy music, it's time for angry music. Villager trading is so annoying. I time-lapsed this entire thing, and this took about half an hour, and this is for, I think, 6 or 5 villagers is the total amount of villagers I got. This was horrible, and it took forever. I guess it was 5. But yeah, that took forever. After getting some diamond tools, like some basic enchants, it was time to start working on some materials to get started building, so I'm gonna go destroy a forest. Okay, taking a break for a second, I wanted to go mine some jungle trees as I had ran out at this point. And after chopping a couple down, I headed back to the village and checked the day counter, and it turns out we're only on day 8 right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. Half diamond armor. And then I started working on the second half of the villager trading hall. This one for more specialized professions such as like armors and weaponsmiths, and I think maybe even some farmers. Then with the majority of the building done, it was time to start decorating the outside of it and making it look a little nicer. And while I was doing this, my partner in crime, DazedBrush2981, was making his own base, which was like this cool stony platform thing. Next, I needed to get some more materials, including azalea leaves, so I wandered around the desert looking for azalea trees, and while doing this, I also spotted Pillager Outpost. And it being a little bit since I've faced any real danger in Minecraft, I was like, this is gonna be great. Let's go fight the Pillager Outpost. We'll get some dark oak wood, we'll even get, like, whatever the loot in the Pillager Outpost is, like a horn or something. This will be nice. and it'll be a way to prove that I'm not a wimp in hardcore. So we headed over to the pillager outpost, and to be honest, it didn't go that bad. I was really worried because the pillager outpost was on an island, so that'd mean there'd be increased spawn rates, but it went fairly well. We gained some allays out of it. Forgot what the pillager loot chest was, but maybe it was good. We also were able to kill a couple of iron golems and get some more iron, which we'd been running low on. So overall, I think this was a great success. And now we can go back and finish off this bazaar. Starting first with the interior of the bazaar, I used a combination of birch and oak to create a nice looking interior, and then adding some azalea leaves to the top to bring some greenery to the drab jungle. And I think it came out looking pretty cool. Next, I want to move on to the exterior of the bazaar, adding a ton of details and making it look kind of cool, and making sure to shade it to differentiate it from the other villager houses. During building up this bazaar thing, I had one of the most closest experiences to death in this world yet. As we entered the bazaar, we were greeted by multiple creepers, one of which we were able to kill, and the other of which, as we were standing AFK by one of the villagers, exploded, freeing one of the villagers and almost killing both of us. After that, I wanted to gather some jungle as an accent block, because this is just what one does after almost dying. They mine jungle. Time to chop some trees. Oh, wow, that sounded so stupid. Where did my other ally go? The visit to the jungle was pretty successful, interrupted only by not understanding some questions. Yeah? Did you call my name? What? The goal of all this jungle is to break up the huge amount of sandstone and birch and oak that we have in the builds currently, and add something new and unique to them. Overall, this jungle exploring, destroying expedition went fairly well, and I ended up with a decent amount of jungle logs at the end of it. And then I headed back, ready to build on the additions that I just got all the blocks for. Okay, let's quickly move through a couple of things. I built this little pond outside this house. I expanded the sheep pen, and coincidentally, I also built the house that the pond was attached to. It is at day 36 currently. It's time for a change of pace. I've spent all of my remaining resources building, which is fine, that's what they were supposed to be for, but now I need to go and get some more resources. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time mining, getting some sandstone as well as some stone, and then I also want to build a farm, the first farm in this world, which is going to be a mud farm, which we can use for some future projects. I think it could be quite helpful. The only issue being that the mud farm I designed worked perfectly, except I changed the design, so now it's broken forever and doesn't work. It works like 30% of the time. Next, I wanted to make a farm because I wanted to make packed mud, and half of that is wheat. So it was time to make a farm in a different area that I hadn't built before in the jungle, but I still kept it to the same theme, and I built out this massive sprawling farm. The only main issue being I didn't have nearly enough seeds. So this all took a while. I think around like an hour, maybe 2. And then I also want to go mining, getting some basic resources like diamond, redstone, and gold, which can help us out a lot. And it'll also be a way for me to engage with the world a little bit. I've been quite a coward. The only thing I've done is the pillager outpost, and we're on day 36 currently. It's great. I've survived this far. That's amazing. But I want to challenge myself a little bit. Next, I built a ton of paths, expanding outwards, and laid out the spaces where future buildings were going to be. I also built out this little cool furnace array, which I automated as well. While I was building, though, my terrible mud farm could not keep up, so I had to go raid a village for their hay bales to get more. Finally, a good amount of hay. That took so long. And I still have some left if I run out. Hopefully, this is enough packed mud for me to finish off these roads that I made. And that thankfully was enough to finish off the entire path situation. And while I did all of these things, my partner DaysBrush2981 made this excellent hole over here. Important news? A hole has spawned? While I've been building all that stuff, he's been digging away, mining, and he has all these helpful resources, which is perfect for borrowing resources from. He's definitely okay with this. There's a camel. I wonder where my camel went. After that, I ran out of materials in terms of wood, so I had to go destroy a forest again, and now there's this huge chunk of empty land right here. And I can't help but feel proud of myself. Whoa. That's a huge amount of deforestation, coupled with the previous one. We've got a new, I think even bigger section of deforestation trees that stretches like from over here, over to here, and then up to here. I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. Okay, let's go build our village. That's right, we're building a village, except you already know that because we built all the outlines. Time to go build the village, I guess. We're gonna start with the furnace array house thing. Built this small little furnace area. We got lots of pots and iron. And right behind here is the mud farm. This area I really like. It looks super cool. But I want to add more of like these buildings. Make it feel actually like this little town. Like a village transformation. So let's get started. So fast. This is definitely how fast it went in real life. I've built this entire thing. Let's go. I think I want to try and add a little bit of a pop of color. So I've placed some string and then I can overlay carpet on top of this. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. And then I can also cover up the back of this so it doesn't look as ugly. And with that, I think we have... Oh, water. I think we have this building right here all finished up. There's this really cool walkway that after I get some more azalea leaves, I could have overhanging in one of those nature things. There's an entrance right in here into our mud farm. And we've got a really nice front area for the super smelter. So I'm super happy. There's a little stairway off to the side. I think this build came out looking really well and fits in with the area. So now it's time to move on to this one. And I think I want it to be like a home. Oh, good morning. And here we have our shepherd. We got this nice little house over here. Over here, there's like a ton of little details, ton of loom, and like leftover wool from sheared sheep, just like draping down, and some wheat to feed the sheep. I think it came out looking really cool. I'm super happy with this. Enough talking, that's not what we're here for. It's time to build the Twin Towers, but in Minecraft. Wait, nope, that came out wrong. We're gonna build 2 towers out of sandstone that are standing right next to each other. Well, hopefully they come out looking cool. And with that, the 2 towers standing right next to each other are done. So now we have 2 towers. They're not really twins. They're more like siblings. I'd say like brother and sister, maybe. There's some differences between them. I think they came out looking really great. And then everything is going fairly well, unless you can hear it from my voice. But one issue though, since this has taken so long to record, I mean, we're on day 74 right now. Ouch. I'm sick. Let's get this done. And then after this, I want to move on to building the final build in the village, which is going to be a storage system for all my materials so that 1, I can get organized to build the massive starter base, and 2, it'll just be nice to have an area where I can actually store stuff, because currently I'm storing things all over the place in 6 barrels lying against a building, as well as a ton of barrels just scattered in the trading hall as well. It's a horrible system, so we're gonna try to improve that and give me one building that I can actually live in. So let's go. I ran out of sandstone again. Time to grab some more from my secret stash right at his base. So much sandstone. Here is my chest room. And with the village finished as the sun sets on, what day is it? 77. It's time to move on to the base. Oh, you can see the little outline, but not the bell. Interesting. I need to go to sleep. I am so sick sounding right now.
Let's try that again. Less sick sounding this time. We now have an interior, a storage room that's actually organized despite how it looks. Day 78, and the village is complete. We've finished the entire area. We've got our bazaar, a weird double house, the furnace area, the 2 towers, the shepherd's area, and then our little storage unit. And now it's time for us to move on to the actual base. So I want to start out by looking at this area right here. Oh, there's our farm, by the way. And setting up the actual land so that it's ready for us to build on. So let's get started. I want to be fully transparent, so it's probably good to let you guys know that when I was building specifically the land that the starter base would sit on and the starter base itself, I used light matica. Okay, we now have this platform for us to build our actual structure on, and I'm actually really happy with how it came out. We got these little ledges sticking out, made of mud and wood, but I think they look really cool, and we got like this little water feature in the back. Next, it's time to actually work on the massive tower. Gonna hug this cactus for a second. And so now I need... It's doing so much damage. It's okay, it's all like cheap villager gear. And now I need to, like, I'm all sick now and it's a pain. I'm gonna eat for a second. So let's get started on this massive mega base. Hopefully I sound a little bit better by the end of the video. But yeah, if you feel bad for me, please subscribe. It does make me feel better. It's actually proven that when you subscribe, I get healthier. It's true. I looked it up on the internet, and the internet never lies. Let's go back again to more building. Yay! Massive structure, go! Building noises. Fiddlesticks. That is terrifying. And there's a... No, that's a cactus. That's a cactus. Okay. Well, it just almost ended right there. But this is the finished build. We finished the entire thing. I'm so happy. There is no interior, because why would there be? And it also appears to be floating. But you know what? All of that is perfectly fine, because this looks insane. I am so scared of dying right now, because it appears there are mobs everywhere. But I'm also so excited, because I finished the base thing. Like, this area is looking insane. We have the custom village right here. We have the entire farm over here. We have the rocks, and then my huge tower right over here. It's day 83 currently. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute, get some rest, recover, and you know what? I think we're gonna do some more things in the next video. Perhaps we may even beat the Ender Dragon, because yes, it is day 83, and we have not left this dimension. All those bone blocks over there, gathered from skeletons, just when I was mining. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please comment down below, subscribe, like the video, whatever you want to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you another time. Goodbye! I'm gonna go take a nap.